We are here on another episode of the Odd Fellows podcast. I'm here today with King David James. He's a new upcoming artist that's been around for a little while. He hails out of Arizona. He has a musical talent that I've caught on to recently and am thoroughly enjoying. And so we'll just hit it off with him.
How's it going, Andrew? Blessings, fellows. Grateful to be here.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, man. We're out here in Aspen, Colorado. I'm at Love Rock Studios, working on a new project right now, and just got done with a rehearsal. Just grateful to be here, man.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you're here with me. Appreciate it. So I already mentioned that you are out of Arizona. Can you tell me a little more about how you grew up and how maybe certain influences have kind of guided you to this path?
Yeah, man. So I'm from Safford, Arizona, down in the Podunk, 190 miles southeast of Phoenix, if anybody doesn't know where it's at. Small town, very sports-driven town. Sports is what we all do. There was a time period where I was very isolated because my father lived far away from everything, and I began just really listening to music and listening to it to the point where I would learn all the words, and not just the words to the music, but the dynamics of the music. So the crescendos and decrescendos and the gritty and the softness of the artist that I was listening to, and started to write my own music. And it's always been a passion of mine. I've been in choir since I was seventh grade through high school. I made all-state choir all 4 years of high school, and singing has been a passion of mine. I did end up becoming a music artist, doing rap music for the first 18 years of my career, and I was very successful at that. My biggest influences have been Tech Nine and Busta Rhymes and Twista, and so I have that tongue twisty, lyrical type of energy when I do spit flows, and very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for Arizona and all that I've done. Shout out to all my people there, and moved from there to California, where I began the reggae music.
Nice.
And shout out to Jim Perkins for shining that light on me, that this is a possibility for me to step into that genre, and check out for the new records that I have coming out with Jim Perkins.
Right on. Thank you. I also I was raised in California and I lived a little bit in Arizona, but I also lived in Colorado also, in Littleton. So,
All right, Littleton.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Can you describe your music and how it's changed over time, besides the rap and the reggae? Like, can you tell us a little more why you sort of...
So I started off as an angry youth, as most rappers do. I had a lot to speak out about. Very much dedicated to Arizona and the anthem type music that I was creating. I then went on to meet some big time producers that shined the light on the more poppy side of trying to generate wealth with the rap music. So it got a little bit more poppy there. The reason why I jumped genres into the reggae music is my son was about 4 years old. Shout out to my children. My son Boss was about 4 years old, and he came around the corner, and I had this song, and in the song it goes, "David James, bitch, David James, bitch."
Yep.
And he came around the corner and he said, "David James, bitch," and I smacked him upside the head.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I felt so bad for it because it was my fault that he was singing those lyrics. And at that point, it evolved something within myself to want to come with more music that was more inspiring and uplifting and more family friendly. And so stepping into reggae music definitely was the first route there. Also, really diving deep into my spirituality has welcomed in the conscious and channeled words from the Most High to help elevate the frequency of all humanity. And yeah, I'm very grateful for the ability to do that. Um, yeah, reggae in the hip hop industry, it's like if you sound like somebody else, it's kind of like you're a biter, you're Jack and Style. And in the reggae community, when you're a part of the revolution, when you're a part of the Lion Pride, everybody commends you for that, and they surround you and they show you that you are, honored and uplifted for being part of the revolutionaries. And so I
Right.
feel very much at home in the genre of reggae music. Like, yes, the king still snaps on the record. I have lots of new songs coming out where I do dig deep into my roots of being that vicious rap artist.
Mhm.
But I'm definitely going to continue to shine the light and spread the love of Rastafari and continue to praise Jah.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember growing up listening to Run DMC, and then some of the older ones, BC Boys, and then it grew into the more evolution of more like gangster rap of Tupac and um, Ice Cube and even Eazy-E, and
Yeah.
I was a very angry person growing up that I felt life has been just wronging me left and right, and life's so hard on me, and I have this chip on my shoulder. But I'm 46 years old now, and I, with my sobriety, I found I slowed down and chilled out and drawn more towards the reggae scene because of my own self healing and self mental health.
Yes.
So I appreciate what you do. I really do.
Thank you. Thank you. I've also felt the same energy, man. Like, I love me some gangster rap music, but as I continue to find my own internal alignment, sometimes when I, turn on some of those records, it snaps me back right into that mode where I'm leaning my seat back with one hand on the steering wheel and blaring my music out the window. And it's just as I evolve as a human. So I evolved as an example for the kids. I just realized that, we can all have our own tastes in music, but I'm not going to use my gift to shine light on those things that are actually hindering our evolving as a human. And so, yeah, I can appreciate that very much. And I relate to that so well.
I really appreciate it. The way we are raised and the way we grow up and how we are treated throughout life is how we end up seeing things. And sometimes it's a little skewed with anger, and it's not exactly how it is. And there's a lot of times that you probably lean back on that fight mentality to kind of push back, say with protests or I don't want to say so much verbal arguments with people that we are, in a relationship with, because I don't feel like arguing is helpful at all. But I also know that, you're allowed to feel one way and I'm allowed to feel a different way. But it doesn't mean we have to be at odds. We don't have to
Mhm.
be, you don't have to say, well, you're wrong and I'm right.
I agree. I agree, man. When you're Rasta, there's no more war, is what Bob Marley says. And really, the
Right.
war is within ourselves. And so, um, as we are continuing to go through war within ourselves, we project that onto our loved ones and the people who are closest to us. And so, as we continue to just do the work and heal within, it really is how you change the world in this place. It's really just going within ourselves and healing that anger and making peace with the dark side of us, because it really truly doesn't go away. Like I said, I'm still a beast on the record, but making peace with that. It's not a bad thing that, I come from extreme poverty and I've been in, you know, gangster situations throughout my life, but it's okay to embrace that, but also show the evolution of humanity by doing the inner work to make sure that we're leaving positive examples in our legacy for our children and all the children around the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh, Another thing I've noticed with the reggae scene in general is we're a very mixed crowd. There's every type, every age, and all mostly friendly faces, and we're all culturally different or mixed. And it's very interesting to me as a person, people's different backgrounds, because, for instance, myself, I was never really accepted in a different, diverse set of group of people, high school, whatever you want to call it. I wasn't accepted by one crowd, whereas the other crowd that I thought I was also part of also wasn't really accepting because I wasn't Hispanic enough or I wasn't white
Mhm.
enough,
Mhm.
even though I'm half and half. And then you kind of get stuck in the middle. And then I found reggae and I'm like, oh, this was where my tribe was. And so if you don't mind kind of divulging a little bit of your cultural background and maybe how it's kind of helped mold your music in a way.
Yeah, so my father is shout out to my pop, Big John. My father is a black cowboy from Dallas, Texas. And my mother, shout out to my mother, Cindy. Love you so much, Mom. She is a Caucasian woman. I grew up in very, very diverse uh, spectrum, if you will, as you know, my father and my family, very, very hood, if you will. Shout out to my family in my hood, Third Ave for life.
Nice.
And then to the other side of the family, being raised in the Mormon culture,
Yeah.
I was able to also experience what you're experiencing of like on this side I'm not black enough and on this side I'm not white enough, and so I had to find my own side, which was you know everywhere. I love everyone and I wasn't going to put myself in one box. And so
Right.
I very much love how you say that you found your tribe in reggae music, because I feel the same thing. Hip hop music is very clicked up and very separated in different types of things. And when I found reggae music, I was welcomed with open arms. And very quickly after COVID, shout out to my brother Presence. We performed at the Viva Arizona Reggae Festival. We opened up for Mike Love. It was a beautiful experience. It
Hell
was right
yeah.
after COVID. It was the biggest reggae festival right after COVID, and it was right on the lake. And we're a two-piece going up next to seven-piece reggae bands, and we were very nervous about it, but we went up there and we slayed, and we were very much welcomed. And the diversity of that, being raised on both sides of the cultures and growing up in Arizona, where it's predominantly Hispanic, I just realized that you know everybody is one. We are
Yeah.
all one. We
Right.
are. Doesn't matter where you're from, and the music is what brings the people together. And the diversity in the community of reggae music is everyone. Like there, it doesn't matter how old, young, what skin complexion you are, what side of the planet you're from, what language you speak. Reggae is for all of us.
Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
inclusive, not exclusive.
Yes, very inclusive.
Hell
Yes,
yeah. Mike Love is super dope. He's one of our faves.
bro. That man
He's so
is
dope.
something different. That is a genius alien human right there.
Right. Right.
Bro, we were at um it was a reggae rider. It was Cali Vibes. It
Cali
was
vibes.
Bob Marley's birthday, 70,000 people in Long Beach, California. And I'm like probably 35 feet from the stage. I was up there camping from earlier in the day, on my psilocybin dose, and
Yeah.
uh and Mike Love comes out, bro, and he came out by his goddamn self. And I was like, no, he's not. There's so many humans, bro. So many humans. And I was like, bro, he came out feet ashy on the bottom, just like he does.
Yep.
Dreads just Rastafari, and he absolutely slayed, bro. With his toes and his fingers and his vocal cords, that man helps uplift the frequency. Definitely one of my favorite artists of all time. Thank you so much, Mike Love, for all that you are. But yeah, man, it was so inspiring to be there in that moment. And yeah, man, big shouts to Mike.
Hell yeah. So let's talk about one of your newest songs, In Jah We Trust. Um, I think it's super dope. I love the hip hop aspect that you bring to it, at the same time showing in, what we truly have faith in or what we believe in at the same time, and bringing awareness. Can you explain a little more about the meaning of the song and a little bit behind it?
Yeah, man. So I went to a spiritual healing retreat in Sedona, Arizona. Um, I'm like it was a 7 week long retreat, and I was probably 8 days into it, and I go over to my brother Grant Presence house, and what he was trying to portray to me during that time, I was going through divorce and very, very much transforming as a human being. But he was trying to portray to me that the healing that I needed in my life at that moment was music. He knows how passionate I am about it and how much it helps me feel that I am fulfilling my true soul's purpose. And I'm like, man, I'm here. I spent $17,000 on this retreat, and I needed to make money. And I pulled out a dollar bill out of my wallet, or $100 bill, whatever it was, and it said, "In God we trust." And I was like, "In Jah we trust." And I trusted that I was going to make it through that experience and be able to continue to be an abundant human. But truly, like what the meaning of the song is, Jah, God, divine, universe, Allah, whatever you call your God or your praise, is truly just a reflection of your own self. We are all universal beings. And so to say in Jah we trust is to say in myself I trust. So, and to say in humanity I trust, and in all oneness. And I wanted to make sure that I spoke that truth of praising God, praising Jah, and also bring back my old version of myself as I have finally made peace with that darkness of who I once was, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm something that I'm not. So in the lyrics of the song, I talk about my journey. I say, the speakers are loud. I can never stop now, even though I went through a retirement phase where I was just like, I'm done with music. The music business is whack. I don't want to be involved in this. I've been in here for too long. It doesn't matter anymore. But I say, I can never stop now. The people are rowdy. And um, as long as you're shaking the earth, I'm gonna be on stage is another lyric that I say in there. And I do this music for the people. It's no longer about me. It's not about me making money and becoming this famous artist. Like, I'm literally here to be in service to humanity. And for me to withhold this gift that I am able to give to the people, to me is actually doing a disservice to myself and a disservice to humanity. And so that song was just my first single that I've released under my own brand, King David James, as I've focused my energy for years on the brand Presence. And I just wanted to let it be known that I am here, I am back, this is my truth, and in Jah we trust, in myself I trust, and in humanity I trust. And I hope we all
Right.
can do the same.
Right. Yeah, my experience, I guess, with religion from an early age was not a great experience. My biological mother in California and my stepdad were Jehovah's Witness,
Mm,
so it was similar to the Mormons, but there's differences. And it was very strict, very conservative, very harsh, very God will be angry or whatever. And that's how I took it, at least. And so I kind of pushed away any religious type of talk or anybody trying to preach to me or convert me or anything. And it kind of fell into there's mysterious stuff that we can't explain. There's either creatures or aliens or whatever, ghosts. And that's all part of this world also. But I never had a sole source of who I believed in, because I didn't know anything. I didn't really know anything, um, God, persona, enough to even be open to it. And then when reggae, kind of hit my ears again, and I started hearing some of the newer artists talking about Jah and love and all this stuff, I was like, you know what? Well, maybe my God is just love, love itself.
Yes.
And that's my form of jaw that speaks to me. And everybody's going to kind of hear a different voice when their God talks to them. So for me, coming from like, I don't want to believe in anything, don't tell me how to believe. And then I found something that kind of came to me with love. And I was like, wait a minute. All right, I like this kind of stuff. I like this community. I like the friendly faces. I like the fact that kids can run around at a festival and parents aren't freaking out because they're all there to look out for each other.
Mm.
Um, but I definitely have a faith in Jah. I definitely have a person I smoke to, I pray to, I talk to myself, and I didn't used to pray. I never used to pray. I was like the mad hip hop, whatever guy living through life, hating on everything, hating cops, whatever. And I finally just gave love a chance, and this is what came to me was reggae. So it's transformed my life too.
Beautiful. Beautiful, man. And love we trust.
Right? How important is it to have loved ones around you in your life?
I went through a divorce, 13-year relationship, 7 years married, 2 children. My children have been my main focus. Boston Bentley, I love you so much. So grateful to have them in my life. But my family, my mother, father, my big brother, Big John, shout out Johnny Long Lock Rastafari. Um, yeah, after my divorce, I went on a very, very solo mission. Me and Presence, we broke up, but that is always going to be my brother. Jah We Trust was produced by him. And I went on a very serious mission doing men's work. Started with Sacred Sons, shout out to the Sons, and dove deeply into the divine masculine consciousness. In that, celibacy and semen retention, and on that lone wolf journey for a while, I felt like I truly found myself and made peace within myself. And I've been able to attract in the love of my life. Shout out my baby, Chakra Rose, my queen, my love. She has been my muse and my inspiration to truly step fully in back into music. She's also an entertainer, yoga instructor, healing, energetic body worker, and her daughter Jada. She's also a very big influence in my life, and I'm just very grateful for all of them. But as I was in that mission of like searching for who I am and like what I am, I didn't do music at all. I didn't even like turn my studio on. It was just dusty. And now that I've been in this beautiful conscious relationship for about almost a year now, uh, Erica Chakra continues to just mirror that back to me that I am greatness, and I have this gift, and let's serve and let's be of service. And so having loved ones surrounding me, my success sphere, as Monty, my mentor, would tell me, having the success sphere around me, I feel like it is complete, as well as myself inside is complete. And I feel that love all around. It's just able to help me portray the music to my best ability. I'm not here for anything else except for to speak my truth and my true authenticity. And I know that I'm not a Jamaican man, but I do know that the message of the Rastafarian culture is part of my dharma. I am supposed to speak the truth about this. It's like this beautiful, bouncy gospel music that is revolutionary and speaking of the fall of the societal Babylon, if you will, and the rise of the human consciousness, the rise of the people. And so I know that I'm in the right place doing the right thing, and my loved ones very much inspire everything that that is coming out of me at this moment.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
How do you keep mentally fit? Do you do any kind of yoga exercise or?
So Chakra is she is a yoga instructor, and very much inspires me to get out of my head and into my body. Yoga is a beautiful practice. I realized that it's not just about the movements of yoga, which is at first, I lift a lot of weights and I'm like, the buff guy in the yoga class that can't really hold the poses very long because I start to shake a little bit because it's different muscles you use. But when you start to contort your internal organs, it starts to squeeze out a lot of the energy that we all hold in as human beings. And then it comes to the surface so that you can utilize your spiritual practices, process all of those emotions and feelings and past traumas. And it's medicine. Like I feel like every human being should practice yoga, as much as possible. And I'm in the gym a lot, man. The gym helps me stay mentally fit. I love to read and to listen to audiobooks and podcasts and absorb knowledge as much as possible. But I do go through those phases of download and upload, almost like a computer. I'll absorb all this knowledge, and then when I'm in upload mode where I'm creating music, I literally like block out everything, go within with all of the knowledge that I have, and I just unleash it onto the paper and into the microphone. But yeah, staying mentally fit is so important. It's basically 80% of the battle. We all have to stay mentally and emotionally powerful. Shout out to my men's group, the Ranch Hands. I'm in a high valued men's group with some amazing men from all around. Uh, One of the guys is from Jamaica. We just got into the group. Randy, shout out to Randy. But yeah, it's it's very important for us to focus on our internal more than anything else. All the external is just a reflection of all that is within. And so we can try to brute force ourselves through life as much as possible. But the more we go within, the more alignment we have within, the more our external world will show that.
Right, right. I like to meditate, and I'm doing it more frequently. Um, that first part of trying anything or doing something you don't want to have to do, and knowing that it'll be good for you, was definitely tough at first because I struggle with alcoholism. So I've been sober 9 years, and I started doing yoga also. Started stretching myself out all the way because I have some back pain, and that started helping more. Then I started fasting. I do um, I do indulge in meditation. Um, Try to do it once a week, twice a week at least, and then I'm trying to add it more and more into my routine. But every time I do, I feel like I find a calmness and then a realization of some of my issues I'm having, and almost grounded, like a nice big hug from your grandma or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's beautiful. Meditation, man. We all have to meditate to get to a place of walking through life in a meditative state. More meditation for me is always needed. The busier our lives get, the more busy our lives get, the more we should meditate. So I go to sleep with, sleep affirmations every night to work on the subconscious mind, um, and wake up to them as I use the 8 hour sleep meditations. And then, yeah, I just started reading the book, The Master Keys, and
okay,
it's a 28 chapter book. And every week you have to only read one chapter and then practice for the entire week. And the first chapter, I've only got through one chapter. I'm in the week. My Thursday is when I start the next chapter. But the first chapter, what he tells you is to sit for 15 to 30 minutes in complete stillness and don't allow your body to move. It's not quite meditation because it's not about clearing the mind, but just taking back control of your body. Like, can you
Right.
sit for 15 to 30 minutes without even flinching? Man, I couldn't even do 2 minutes. I'm every day I'm working my way up. I'm at 5 minutes right now. Thursday was my first day, and I just realized how much, the mind tries to take over control of everything. And so, yeah, the meditation practice of just sitting in stillness and silence, and it does really, really make me feel good. And yeah, I just feel like we should all meditate more for sure, man.
And I would say that was probably more the hardest part for me also was sitting still because I either start slouching or my neck cramps up or your lower spine and you're like, oh, sit up straight. And it was hard. I mean, it's it's a definitely like a it's like an easy boot camp for your mental health if you could do
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
Because every little bit you're training, right? Every little bit you write to a song and you add a little more. It's another step in progress, another step in progress. And I
Yes.
think sometimes like I would get caught up in that my progress wasn't that big a deal or wasn't that hard. So whoop-de-doo. And I didn't give myself any credit. And then right there, I'm just telling myself that I'm telling myself I'm not doing that great. You're not doing as good as you think you are. And it's like, but you are though. Like realize it and meditation has helped me do that.
Yes. Yes. Um, I agree with that 100%, man. And it is just like training in the gym. You can't just go in there and bench 250. You gotta, you know, start off with just the bar and work your way up with your form and get your ligaments strong and add a little bit of weight gradually. And it's like compound interest. And it's the same thing with meditation. And you start off with just, can you just chill for 10 seconds and work your way up until you're able to sit for an hour. And
Mm-hmm.
and my lady has told me about she's done a couple of times this like silent meditation camps, ceremonies where you gotta sit for days without saying any words. And I'm a lyricist. I'm a master lyricist. I'm like, I can't say a word. So I start to feel these profound things and I can't express that to anyone. Like, no, you
Right.
got to just hold it all in and realize that you are all that is. And yeah, man, it's the more we go within, the more we realize, how much we are Jah. And we're surrounded by the bright lights of Vegas. The bright lights are our cell phones and the technology that completely distracts us externally. And the more we can just turn everything off and go within and silent our minds and just feel that beautiful godly energy of love that's already within us vibrate, the better humanity is going to be. That's how we help save the world.
Right.
Yeah. What you smoking on over there, bro?
It's a mixture of Gashio, bud, and I think watermelon something. But we buy some bud from this dispensary called High Desert Relief. They have really good buds. It's a decent price, and we're always happy when we pick up. So I'm mixing it up a little bit today with a sativa and a hybrid.
Beautiful.
I wanted to be crystal clear awake for you so I can pick your brain of all this musical knowledge.
I mean,
So
it smells like weed in here, but I don't know if anybody's smoking.
hey, it's all good if you do.
Yeah.
Like on Days and Confused. Are you cool, man? Cool. Like how?
Man, I went a whole year after not being able to function without a dab in the mornings, without smoking. And that was, I feel like it was a beautiful thing for me to do during that time. It was during my process of divorce once again, and um, removing all substances from my life for a long period of time. It's like helped me really find that clarity within. And then I performed at the Rising Vibes Reggae Festival in Aztec, New Mexico
Oh,
last year.
nice.
And that was my first show at a retirement, if you will. And I'm standing in the back. Tribal Seeds is on stage. I'm just on the back of the dance floor by myself, just chilling, bopping to the music. And all of a sudden, I slowed down for a second and I was like, oh shit, I am high right now. Just straight contact. It felt so good. I felt like I was in high school again, just like, giggly and goofy and light. And it wasn't like I needed it, but I was grateful for the medicine. And everything is medicine and helps us in one way or another. And definitely ganja is a beautiful now ceremonial setting. Usually just dabble every now and then, but I very much appreciate the medicinal purposes of marijuana and all that it does to help heal humanity and our psyches. But yo, Phil, you got some weed? Sorry. You don't got weed, Phil? Come on, Phil.
Yeah, I think I had to get over the whole stigma of it. I mean, I smoked probably definitely since high school, maybe even junior high. Um, but not all the time, not every day. It was like I would go times when I would smoke, and I would stop for a while, and then I would go and smoke and stop for a while. And I always knew it was beneficial and helping me, but everybody else is telling me you're just getting high, which is just different than getting drunk. And it's like it's nowhere near the same effect, or even. I mean, because when you drink a couple beers, you definitely lose the anxiety. You lose whatever's bugging you in your mind at the time, and you're just kind of like floating along this nice river. But when you smoke, you're fully aware. You're just more relaxed overall.
Mm-hmm.
And it's helped me slow down my thoughts. Being a disabled vet with PTSD or whatever, it's helped me to have something step down onto that's safe, that I can't overdo. And I've tried to smoke a lot of weed a couple days, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not one of those guys that can just smoke blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt, but I can have a good, couple puff sessions and feel all right. I don't need a whole joint to the dome sometimes, but I feel like it's definitely helped me slow down at least.
Good, man. Good. I got
So
a
how do
new
you?
song coming out on
All right.
420 called Medication, featuring Presence, and it is my definitely tribute to the ganja. And everybody look out for that on 420 Medication. King David James featuring Presence, and you'll have that everywhere live.
Yeah, definitely check them out on Spotify, Instagram. Um, I'm not sure if you're on Facebook or some of the other ones because I don't do all of them, but
Yeah, I'm everywhere, King David James. Google it. You'll find me at the top
cool.
there. There are some other guys named King David James, but sending love to those guys as well. But yeah, I'm King David James everywhere. Right before Jah We Trust came out, we released a single called Already Done. Shout out to Elias Clay out in Costa Rica, produced by Presence, and he's also on the bridge and so grateful to have those guys in my life. But Already Done, check that one out on Spotify, Jah We Trust, and the entire Manifestation album has been out for about a year now. Yeah, right now I'm working on a new project with my bro Laser. Check him out on Spotify. Beautiful, conscious producer who just had a child. Shout out to Cohen.
Congrats.
Big love to Laser, and he just wants to leave a legacy for his son. Yeah, me and him are making some bangers right now. We just
Oh
rehearsed
yeah.
some of the songs. It's called Jah's Will, and this track is very much an integration of who I used to be with who I am now because I chop on the track nasty and also show my vocal range with wailing on the track Rastafari, and very, very excited for everybody to hear that track.
Super dope. Can't
Yeah.
wait. So when you when you have all these emotions and all these feelings that you're ready to put out as a song, what do you do to get the music, the juices flowing, and the like? Do you have a certain kind of little routine that you start off with? Do you kind of just improvise and start hitting keys, or
So my way of creating music, a lot of people, they're in the emotion and they put it on the paper, like they let it flow through them naturally that way. My situation is kind of opposite. I have to feel the emotions. I have to know the story. I have to process the story fully. And then I'm able to create the music about it. So if I'm dealing with some things about love, like I have to go through the entire process of figuring out where I get to some kind of an endpoint before I'm able to just lay it on a record. So sometimes I'm feeling emotions of love, but I'm writing about something that I processed last month, that has to do with the revolution. Like it's really the canvas of the instrumental that I'm receiving is truly what helps me feel the the inspiration to create. So like a lot of producers hit me up and they're like, "What kind of beats do you like? What's your BPM? What kind of genre are you looking for?" And I'm like, "Send me anything." I always have had this joke since I was young. I say, when I was born, the doctor diagnosed me with multiple stylosis. I can write to any genre, and so I like to just send me something that I can truly feel within myself, and I feel it. If I can start to just wail something out at the very beginning, hearing 10, 15, 20 seconds of the instrumental, I know that I got something to work with. If I gotta sit there and listen to it, bop through, and like try to force something out, it's usually not a track that I'm working on in that moment. But there's so many beautiful producers and amazing, songwriters and beats out there that it's not difficult to find a groove there. But yeah, man, just putting myself in my own zone. I don't like to ingest any substances. I just want to sit there in clarity and listen to the music. And it's very easy for it to just start to spew out. I'm going to say it's almost channeled. And it just flows through me. And usually, my loved ones in the other room will start to hear my giggles and laughs because I start to create that Beethoven, and it just starts to spew out of me, man. There's no way that was me that wrote the lyrics to the song Manifestation. Like that wasn't me, man. That was something way greater than myself. I'm just merely the vessel, and I allowed that to come through, and it came through in precision, and it's just so grateful to have this talent and this ability and this gift, and I'm here in service to all of y'all.
all right. How's making music helped you through your life? I know, like, you're putting it on paper, you're getting it out verbally, vocally, and it's probably a lot of healing. But I don't know if everybody understands like how personal some of these songs can be to you guys, and how much has that helped you out?
Yeah, so I just believe that men, um, I'm going to say this out loud, especially African American men, um, we never have a healthy outlet to release our emotion. If we do, we're considered emotional. And if we let that anger come out, then we are deemed a threat to humanity and imprisoned. And so, unless you go through primal brotherhood practices to, alchemize and to calibrate that emotion, it has to go somewhere, or else we let it live inside of us. It brews and it turns into illnesses, or it takes a moment and it explodes on humanity. And so, what music has been for me is my ability to alchemize my emotion outside of myself. Like, not only
Right.
am I taking what I'm feeling and then I'm letting it loose, then the process of singing it out loud on the microphone, then hearing it back to myself in reflection. And then when I'm on that stage, when I let that stuff loose, I literally can be in a Zen state for weeks after a performance. And so what
Oh,
music
dope.
has done for me has created emotional intelligence. It has created an outlet to calibrate that emotion, and you can be as beastie as you motherfucking want on the track. You want to scream and yell and cry and and whatever you want to talk smooth like Barry White, you want to be sexual, like whatever you're feeling emotionally, you let it out on the track. And
Right.
so it's definitely been a beautiful catalyst. And not doing music for that period of time, I went through some very serious mental situations, man. And my therapist was just like, "Are you writing? Are you creating?" I'm just like, "No, I don't got time for that. I got to make money right now." And it's like, and it's caused a hindrance. And just with the recent lyrics that I have been creating recently, and then the alignment that I feel within myself has just let me know, like, this is what I'm supposed to do. It's not that I have to quit my job or stop being a great father or a great partner in order to do it. But when I do have space and time for me to take that moment for myself, for my soul's purpose, because truly it's for my service to y'all,
Hmm.
to let that emotion out, it's beneficial for everybody. So I'm very grateful to have the gift of music and the energy, frequency, and vibration of the sound. And yeah, thank you, Ja.
Hell yeah. I, I'm not a musical artist by any means. I do like to draw and paint a little. Um, I need to do it more often, but like you said, everything in life, you have something to do, someone to help pay for, account for, pay attention to, um, be patient for, work hard over here, and you feel kind of stretched. And if you don't have a good outlet like an art form, then I don't know. I'm sure you end up on the streets and in a lot of trouble, probably in the bar,
Mhm. Mhm.
wasting away. But that's awesome. It's,
Yeah.
so I have what is the main message that you would like your music to express overall? Um, because the message to me is always so important. I listen to the lyrics. I try to learn the lyrics, even if it's to a song sing about just cruising and having a brew, smoking a joint on the beach or whatever. And it's not like 100% meaningful per se. But I try to learn the lyrics of every song that I like, every artist that I like. I try to remember those words and sing them out loud in my car. And I mean, what would you like it to express
Man,
through all your shows?
that's a big question. At first, it kind of choked me up. I'm just like, dang, my main message. There's so many messages, but
Right?
I feel it right now. I come from Third Avenue streets of Safford, Arizona, and right now I am in, you know, very very expensive studio on the top of the mountain in Aspen, Colorado. And so I would say that my main message is that it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter who you are, who your parents are. It doesn't matter, your generational trauma and how horrible life has been to you. That if you find your alignment within, that you can make it to the place that you want to be. And, another part of that message is that we are all one. We all need to realize that, just because so and so makes more money or is from here or their family is this and that, like we are all still all one collective consciousness. And I say in multiple different tracks, divided we fall, united we fly. So my biggest message is to unite the people, man. We are all so powerful together. And if you go to a mass meditation and you sit in ceremony, or you go to an ecstatic dance where everybody's just in their free selves, and in these beautiful communities of the reggae community and the conscious community, and you sit with everybody as we are all hearing the same healing frequencies and doing the same breath work, you realize how much we are all one. And so to portray that through my music as much as possible is going to continue to be the message. And just doing it in my own artistic way. Yeah, it's
Right.
coming from
Right.
Bird App, so it's not going to be, um, sugar coated or anything that it's not supposed to be. This is true, authentic King David James coming at you real raw, where there is lots of darkness on that, and but it is all about the message of oneness.
Oneness. Don't you have or maybe you're planning a show or trip tour coming up?
So I'm
Are you working on it?
I'm working on many things. Just got done with rehearsal with my drummer. Once again, shout out Steve Cook, Love Rock Studios. Yeah, I'm realizing that taking the hiatus that I took, it's almost that I got to start over. There's a million songs released on Spotify every day, artists that do not stop grinding, and me taking that much time off, it's like I got to build the buzz back up. So I did a little bit of a.
There we go.
There I am. You hear me?
Yeah.
Did you miss all that part?
Yeah, it just blanked out, and I
Everybody's
was like,
calling me
"Oh
at
no,
once right now.
oh damn."
Yeah, so I was just saying, I'm putting together a little bit of a show. I'm not going to call it a tour, but I'm putting together a show bundle. I was speaking earlier about me not being in the music industry anymore for money and
Right.
here to be in service to humanity. And so in my meditation this morning, I felt this vision, or yesterday morning, I felt this vision of me doing 50 free shows. And so, any promoters that are hearing this, book me for a show, want to string together some sort of a collective of shows, but I want to do. I want to do a bunch of free shows to speak that truth, and so that it's owned, that I'm here to uplift the frequency of humanity, and that it's not just about the money. So I got some shows coming up. Check me out at the Highlands Opry Party next Saturday, and then the Saturday after that, I'm up Elk Camp Gondola. Those are my next couple shows coming up, and then I'm hoping to get out to New Mexico with you guys, man, and
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm a be home, Arizona. I'm gonna be home to do some shows. I need all of you to show up. If I don't see you, I'm gonna be sad.
Yeah. And shout out to Fayuka from Arizona also.
Fayuka.
Have you played with them at all?
Nah.
They're super dope.
Connect me, man. I'm willing to connect with anybody. Shout out for you plugging me the other day. Just yeah, I'm willing to work with any artists right now. I'm not charging for collaborations. Hit me up if you want King David James on a track. I'm willing to do some free features. I'm willing to do some free shows. Promoters, anybody who's trying to get some real hot heat, real talent on their records and in their venues, hit me up. And you got some real solidness that's not there trying to rake you for 5 racks. So yeah, anybody who's down, call me. The real KDJ music at gmail.com. Hit me up and I'll answer promptly.
Oh yeah.
Or
Well,
you
I
can
call
hit
it.
up Juice and he could be my new manager and we'll go.
I'll help, but I'm like you. I'm not charging anything.
Yeah.
I want to make the connection so that the shows happen, and then you guys get more and more shows, and
And then you and
spread the
Mike, we got
word.
backstage VIP.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
I'll roll them and bring them.
Let's go.
Maybe even bring some mushies too.
All right, man. I'm down. I'm very, very much an advocate for psilocybin in a medicinal setting for sure, ceremonial setting. I feel like we all should enjoy that as much as possible.
I definitely agree.
When I first stopped drinking alcohol, I drank every day for 5 years. And 10 days in a row, small doses of psilocybin, microdoses. I had to work like 12, 15-hour shifts on those days as well. So there's no excuses for anybody. It was just an enhancement. And I stopped drinking for 50 days in a row after drinking every day for 5 years off of 10 days of microdosing psilocybin. So I feel like everybody should at least give it an attempt. It's becoming more and more common, and all of these top-notch executives are all coming out that they're all trying plant medicines. And shout out to my brother Skippy for being a huge advocate there with the medicine world. And yeah, Healing Our Politics podcast. Shout out to them. But yeah, man, medicine is very important for us. Plant medicine in all forms, and yeah, we should all partake.
I definitely do. Share and partake.
And share.
Yeah. Bring some. But so you're thinking about doing 50 shows. That's almost everyone. I mean, that's almost every state. That's basically every state. So I'm going to
Yeah.
be looking out for it. I can't wait to see you again. We saw you guys. We were at Rise and Vibes, and I did film some of that, but I was just getting started, so I didn't have like as much camera and battery and all that stuff that I can bring this year because we're going to be back there. But I'm super stoked to see you again. I'll be sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I tried to get on Rise and Vibes this year, and it was a little bit too late for me to get booked. But there's a possibility that I show up and do a little pop up performance. We'll see what happens. But yeah, big chance that I'll be there. But yeah, very much love that festival, and shout out to Tico Time and Ali and everybody who's
Hell yeah,
responsible
Tico
for putting that
time.
on. Yeah, very grateful for that. But yeah, man, the last time I performed in New Mexico, I was on tour with Keys Montoya and T-Pain, and I was in Albuquerque, and I saw the biggest public fight I've ever seen in my life. So,
Oh, dang.
yeah,
Oh,
bro, it was
dang.
like it was almost like a slow motion orchestra of a fight, man. I'm talking about there was 1,000 people there. It was that main event in Albuquerque, and I just looked to the right, and some dude got slept. Boom, and then all of a
Mm,
sudden, there's just everybody it was like a commercial. Oh, you know what it looked like? Have you seen the movie Sonic? When and in Sonic where he's in their slow motion with the fight, but it's so many people and everybody's just getting slept left and right and stomped on and kicked, and I'm just like, whoa! And the dude was like protecting me because I was an artist and moved me to the side, and I was just like, wow. It was an amazing experience to be there, and they showed lots of love for T-Pain, man. Like really rocking with them. And me and Keys are brown humans, and so they showed a lot of love for us, and very grateful for New Mexico, man. I definitely look forward to doing some shows there. If you got any plugs with any venues, shoot me the contacts, and let's get it set up.
right. And I'll definitely spread the word as much as I can too, because there's several venues here that would be pretty good, nice big venues.
Beautiful.
So we'll spread the love, spread the word. It's great talking to you. I appreciate you coming on today. It's an honor for me, and kind of like I feel like a music scout, but don't really know what I'm doing. I just find stuff I like, and I'm collecting, and people I'm meeting, and meeting friends on the way, and I feel like this family keeps growing bigger and bigger. So I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me on, man. I'm about to get to the kids, but I very much
All right.
appreciate the opportunity to be on here. Shout out you and your family, sending so much love and
You too.
blessings. Shout out to my family, mom, pop, I love you, big bro, sisters, I love you so much, memes and heat. Shout out to my beloved Chakra Rose and my babies, Boss Bentley and Jada. And, shout out to Michael Laser and Presence for being part of this music development and growth. And look forward to working with everybody and being on stage at a city near you.
Hell yeah. Can't wait
King
to see
David
it.
James everywhere.
Rastafari. You dig what I say? We who accept herb. Herb is important, but herb is more important to the people who don't accept it yet because herbs are good for everything.
Medicate your mind. that, then light that up. I'ma take another hit right now. I want everybody lit like us. I ain't talking about no prescription drug, no syrup in my cup. I'm talking tetrahydrocannabinol, that gift from the Mother Earth. And I gotta do something for all of my people living in pain. I don't wanna see you hurting, but it's gonna get a lot worse. Keep popping them Zans. Gotta get it with the oxys and perky. So sad, but it does to a man. All you gotta do is get in rotation, puff it and pass. All we need is some medication. Yeah, won't you come and medicate with me, my friends? Oh yeah. All we need is some medication. Yeah, won't you come and medicate with me, my friends? Oh yeah. All we need is some medication. What's your favorite kind? Do you like the flower or the concentrate? Do you smoke it every day and night? Indica, sativa, or the hybrid strain? All we gotta do is look at that weed map for that favorite spot. It's recreational now. Everybody give a wave to the cops. Like a little kid in the candy store. All I wanna do is taste everything you got. You gotta get that OG, gotta get that wax, get a new vape pen and another moon rock. Do something for all of my people living in pain. I don't wanna see you hurting, but it's gonna get a lot worse. Keep popping them Zans. Gotta get it with the oxys and perky. So sad what it does to a man. All you gotta do is get in rotation, puff it and pass. All we need is some medication. Yeah, won't you come and medicate with me, my friends? Oh yeah. All we need is some medication. Yeah, won't you come and medicate with me, my friends? Oh yeah.
Sweet sentimental, she was really a sugar green queen, so let me feel it. Conscious by the circular reverb. Think of it, them finger trips, some of the mango verbs. No more ego verbs, niggas said that potentate, she'll love ourselves deeper. Clean sweeper of the mind, time to align. Cause I can't believe that this plan can get you locked in a cage. Well, I'll be damned, it's so insane, it puts my mind in a rage. Freedom of consciousness is our birth by smoke trees. No one knows my body but me, I defend my right to feeling irate.
All we need is some medication. Yeah, won't you come and medicate